Supply here in Inglewood, California. Coming up, we're keeping things in the AFC for an intra-conference contest between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Los Angeles Chargers. Ball teed up, Logan Cook after the kick. And off we go from SoFi. Has this at the 6. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
That's the way. That's exactly the way you show a crowd you've got no issues playing on the road. One snap in, you're celebrating a sack while the tens of thousands in the building, well, they watch their guy pick himself up off the turf.
Offense no doubt jolted awake with that very first play, partner. Here's 2nd and long. They'll run here with Amari on Hampton. He finds a little opening, but not much. Picked up about 4 on 2nd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Nickel look by the Jaguars here, 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Taking a deep shot here. Ooh, and almost an opening drive pick, but he couldn't hang on. He dropped it, so the potential turnover winds up on the ground. Does, though, bring up 4th down. The Chargers lined up in punt formation, and he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And this one's soaring over the sideline pretty early. Looks like they'll give him to a little beyond the 30. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. On play action now, Lawrence. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Might be able to start their game with a score here, Brock. This is 1st and goal. ETN. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. ETN again. And this time he's got it. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
On now is Cook to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. Here's Hampton to open the drive. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Herbert from the gun. He's got Quentin Johnson complete. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Running it with Hampton. Continuing to move past the 45. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
When you call that 1st down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
Herbert on 1st down. Downfield, and he has McConkey. He goes the distance. Touchdown, LA! The Chargers reach pay dirt for the 1st time this game. Glad McConkey with a touchdown.
That is just tremendous play calling. You know, there's some coordinators out there, Kate, that are just Rolodex. Like they flip through their call sheet, they just call whatever's on it. And there's other coordinators that can stack their plays together. And when you run it, you run that same action with the play action right off of it, and you can make that defense pay. That was a thing of beauty.
That one right down the middle. And the Chargers tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. Nearly starts the drive with a 1st down run. He stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
While that run may not have moved the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Lawrence now off the play action. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
That's a pretty cool look right there of the kind of coverage you're going to see when you play man-to-man. On that down and distance, you've got to be sharp on the outside. That DB certainly was.
QB keeping this one, turn into the option on 3rd and short. And this one had no chance, hit well behind that line. That brings up 4th down. So 2nd and inches, they took their shot, Brock. They threw the football, as a lot of teams are going to do in that situation. But it backfires as the 3rd down run gets turned away.
You know what that effort creates, Kate? That creates that offensive coordinator never taking a shot again on 2nd and inches.
And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Heads out on the bootleg. Running quick there, and they bring him to the turf. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
3rd and long for him here. Fits it through the middle. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Such a terrific job by the receiver. You can't give that route away. You got to run a curl. And the best curl and go, hook and go, out and up guys, Kate, they run that initial route full speed. He did. Got the defense to bite, and the play went right over his head.
He's got it at the 24. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Lawrence with it on 1st. Looking right, and he finds him. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera play. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Lawrence working from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. They're left facing 3rd and long.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Finds him over the middle. And he's close, but they say he did not get there. It's going to be 4th and maybe a yard. The Jaguars into punt formation. Logan Cook, the one to kick it away. That's taken at the 15. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. On the counter, it's Hampton. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Simply nowhere to go on that counter play, Kate. Backside defenders took away one side, and they overwhelmed the blocking right in the middle.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We're back to SoFi right after this. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. They start out 2nd and 10. Herbert back to throw. Going with a screen to Hampton. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's going to be good for an LA 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Shotgun give to Hampton. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Play action now for Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody.
Yeah.
And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Ryan Rico on to punt. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. On the ground to begin this drive with Etienne. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
First down run gets him 6. So now it is 2nd and 4. They go right back to Etienne. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Third down, Lawrence to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And that short field pass, Brock, is held to the short field. It's going to be 4th and short.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Starts his return from the 23. And he's brought down before the return gets far. New set of downs for him from the 31. First and 10. Here's Hampton. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Catch made left side by McConkey. And they send him out of bounds as he gets this to the opposing 45. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's going to give the Chargers a 1st down.
Good offenses, okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
He's got Hampton underneath. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Handoff on second and short. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know, I like that call for a couple different reasons. Yes, you get the first down. That's the obvious. But more importantly, that defense, they've got to account for everybody offensively on the field.
They'll toss it to Hampton. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. Got some whistles here. Officials calling for a stoppage. Injured player, it appears. And that is their running back, Omarion Hampton. All right, here we go. Second down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Hits him on the out route. And they take him down right along the 30.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Play number 7 on this drive, and they need 7 here on third down. Throw here, third down. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Travis Hunter reels in the pick. Along the right sideline, there's space. And this is going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Jacksonville. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
The extra point try is good by Wright. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. This return starts at the 5. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there. And that is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30. LA offense all set. Here's first and 10. Herbert back to it after the pick. On a quick slant, it's Johnson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. Now an inside give to Hampton. Ooh, this is close, but I think it's going to be third down. Gain on the play up to the 38.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds. That's good for a couple of yards. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. They've got second down.
Finish with each.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. So upon further review and a consultation from Game Day Central, the call overturned. 1st and 10, Herbert. Connects on the crosser. And he's tackled downfield, but look back where that flag rests. Yep, we got a flag in the backfield. I don't think this one's going to stand. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Herbert from the gun. To the right, pulled in by McConkey. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second down at the Jaguars' 47-yard line.
Back to the line they come, second down. Herbert to throw once more. Nothing doing there as the second down pass falls incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. Now Herbert again. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 4th and long. So as they face 4th down, on comes Ryan Rico to kick it. And a well-placed kick here. Not quite on the goal line, but they're pinned deep at their own 10. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. 1st down throw. Lawrence. We've got a screen to the running back. This is headed perilously close to their end zone, Brock. That tackle sends them backwards to the 4. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Out of the gun, Lawrence. He put everything he had into this one. He's got it deep downfield. At the 20. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars grow their lead just before halftime. Well, that right there, Brock, is saving all of your guys a whole lot of work. I see 10 dudes breathing easy out there, and only one of them out of breath, and he's the one holding that football in the end zone.
Are you sure about that? Because you know what I love about these moments? What? I love especially going back and watching them on tape and watching the big guys. Watching all those O-linemen. Certainly some are going to walk, some are going to wave, but eventually some will make their way 90 yards downfield to celebrate that one as well. Because you're right, it was one heck of a show.
On now is Cook to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. They're going to bring him down as he gets it to the 33. Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. Hampton gets the handoff. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Herbert now. That's incomplete left side.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it. That's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Into the hands of Ganson. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. LA uses a timeout here. It's second. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Herbert hits his running back. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
At the 42-yard line.
It's Herbert once more. Downfield, and he has McConkey. And he hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 20.
Herbert throwing again. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
2nd and 10. Herbert trying again. Throwing the out route complete. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
When you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And he's got it. Has a layout for it, but touchdown. The Chargers make it a one-score game before halftime. Manage that clock beautifully down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. Has this at the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. All lined up and ready to boot it away. Fielded at the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he showed some nice bursts on that run back, didn't he? Getting them all the way out to their own 40.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that set you up for success.
First and 10, it's Lawrence. Finds him on the crossing route. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And the Jaguars have a first down. Now give this up the middle to ETN. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
No, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And there's the stop after he drives this down to the 13. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, first down.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
No question who won that exchange, Brock. He hits for 8 on first down. Offense up to the line fast.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 4-yard line.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, Kate. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, and let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either.
Just 1 yard on the run. That brings up 4th down.
A gain of a yard. It's now 4th down.
They're going for this from just a few yards out. They could get a touchdown or a first down here. And the QB keeps it on the sneak. He's not going to get there. They hold him out of the end zone, partner, but it is still going to keep this offense on the field. They've got a 1st and goal.
Well, as they get deeper and deeper into this side of the field, they need him to become the guy who makes those plays in the biggest of moments. And that may not show up as a big old pass play and utilizing his arm, but it was his fortitude and his strength to move the sticks and may just be the catalyst for a touchdown.
ETN will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's another for him. And this is headed the wrong way. He's closed in on for a loss. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense a down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal.
It's 4th down and goal.
Now it's Matthew Wright for this field goal try. From the same spot as an extra point here, 32 yards. The kick by Roddy's good. We'll get an injury stoppage. That's one of the Chargers who's pretty shaken up and being tended to.
Had the lead at the break, and the important thing is really to come out hot in the 2nd half and add to it. Sure, you love touchdowns, but you'll take those 3 points as well.
On now is Cook to kick this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. And the Jaguars get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Now toss it to ETN. And he's out of bounds after a gain of about 8, so a nice pickup there, 2nd and 2.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Inside handoff goes to ETN. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Got his man, Thomas has it. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Following the play, we've got whistles for an injury timeout. It looks like somebody on the offense. Yeah, there's Brian Thomas. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Here's ETN. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
We'll go play action. Lawrence. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Going on 4th, here's Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. That was Xavier Watts getting in there defensively.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
It's Hampton on 2nd. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. 35 on the pickup. And that's going to give the Chargers the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's going to be good for an LA 1st down. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 28. They gain 11 on that play. And that's going to give the Chargers the 1st down. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. The Chargers have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. They'll come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now it's 2nd down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Could make the connection, was looking for Lat McConkey. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, Herbert. Catch made left side by McConkey. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. Herbert to throw once more. This one's caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now Herbert again. Caught just shy of the goal line. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Offense to the line fast.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal. Here's Herbert. That is an LA touchdown. The Chargers make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him, a field goal, to tie this game in the 4th. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Returning it from the 4. Making some progress here. They're going to track him down, but a nice effort in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. On play action now, Lawrence. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it sets up 2nd down.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long, but finally, this defense has an answer.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, it's ETN. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Throw right side is caught by Samuel. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Here's ETN on 1st down. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Now it's Lawrence. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Brian Thomas Jr., his intended target. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throw here, 3rd down. Hits his running back. Good job defensively here to contain the pass. This is going to be 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4. Lawrence in the pistol. That's cut beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
We've set it downs from the 37. First down throw, Lawrence. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
From the gun, ETN gets it. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Third and a lone yard coming up. ETN again. And what a play. They never gave him a shot to get that single yard. He's going to lose some yardage. Fourth down coming up. On comes Matthew Wright. A lot riding on this kid. He was money on his first field goal, Brock. His second coming a little inside of 50 yards. Tracking for it, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. You hate to see this on fourth down for that defense, roughing the kicker. Now they've got a first inside the red zone. Across the line, into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars make it a 9-point advantage. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
On now is Cook to kick this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. To the line on 1st and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position. Herbert from the gun. He's going deep this time. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled. The catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Herbert. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. To the air on 3rd and long. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3-and-outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Three straight passes have hit the ground, but here we go. They're going for it on 4th. Desperation time here. Throwing the out route complete. And he won't make the marker. And they rally to him in time. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Well, he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Jacksonville 1st down. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And they still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. Oh, he lost the football. And somebody jumped on it around the 5. Who's got it? Oh, officials say it's going to stay with the offense. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Second and goal coming up from the 7. Here's a give to Etienne. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And this could be an issue the rest of the way with no way to stop this clock.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets them just as many yards as a short completion would have.
And it's incomplete on third and goal. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up fourth and goal. Ooh, sure looked like they were sitting on that slant, weren't they, Brock? If a route was going to beat them, it was not going to be that one.
Yeah, we see this route all the time, really at every level of football, because as a receiver, you just want to get inside that defender. And when you do, you hope to find that connection. But the contact knocked that sucker away.
So they'll decline this and take the results. On now is Cook to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. And this gets out to the 30 before he stopped. LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Throwing now, Herbert. And that one falls incomplete. Oh, would have been a great catch. Still was a great effort. That brings up second down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Third and long for him here. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Xavier Watts picks it. And the Jaguars will take over as he records his first interception of our season. New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. This is Etienne. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got second and 3 now. A stoppage now for an injured player as we see, it's Travis Etienne who's in some visible pain and needing to look at from the training staff. 7 yards on that last play, so this is second and 3. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. He's going to be held up after gaining 2, so a little shy of that marker. Third down coming up. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Jaguars in a good spot, up by 13. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is third and inches. They give it to him again. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have fourth down coming up.
Well, one defender failed, but his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
The lead looks safe, but the pedals staying down. They're going for this.
24.
He's keeping it. He's going for it. And he has the Jaguar first down, Brock. And they can run out the clock on this win.
This game of today, Kate, in so many ways is so different than the game I played. That's a call that I can close my eyes and still remember. All you do as a QB is just look. It just takes a look. If the big guy's up front saying, give me a push, then I'll do the rest.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. I'm drawn up here for Lawrence. So the Jaguars come away with the win in this one. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before.